Welcome to Transaction Review and Calculator Practice, November 2017. I am super happy. We're doing something a little different this month, and I'm pretty excited about it. But before I do anything, you know that my standard disclaimer is this is for entertainment purposes only, and you should consult your own, what are they called? Trusted advisors. And this is just my opinion only. Just a couple quick announcements. If you don't have a Note Queen account yet, it's free. If you can go over, it's right here, this little login up here. And then you have access to where we've aggregated all the free content, and that's also where the Citizen of the Realm membership content also lives. But one thing, I get a lot of emails and I don't always have time to respond to all of them. So what I've done, individually, so I've created this resources page. So this is in that free Note Queen site. If you haven't already been there, there's this little tab, links to resources. You click it, and this is just a screen cap of the top of it. There's a lot more below, but just some useful links to resources that are frequently asked questions, or resources that people are asking me for note servicing. Who do I use for self-directed IRA? Where do you get your calculator? What software tools do you use to service loans? The blogs, the channels that I tune into. Where do you find notes? Things like that. So please just be aware of that. It can be very helpful. Now I can just say, when I get an email, I can go, please go here, and then it's a lot quicker for me to respond to people. Also, Axel has gotten these, that was a lot to edit from the Property and Paper Summit. All of that material, we haven't created descriptions yet, but I just wanted to show you here. If you become a paid citizen of the realm, you click here for Property and Paper Summit, and that takes you over here. Then you click on this button as well. And then all of the recordings are there. So I'm super happy to have that. It was such an amazing time, and it's so funny because even myself, I'm going, I gotta go listen to what Quincy said on that certain thing, like I can't remember. So I'm really happy for myself, and several people that said things that I couldn't quite remember. So I'm gonna be going back and watching these myself. And just for your own calendar, if you can put in October 1st and 2nd, that's going to be our 2018 Property and Paper Summit. Also, for anyone who is local, please consider joining our meetup group. It's usually the third Monday of every month. We have our typical transaction review, or my calculator practice segment, where I'm going over a recent deal that's actually we're right in the middle of right now, just for practice using the calculator. If you already don't know how to use a financial calculator, you got to invest in that. Absolutely. It's only going to cost you $6. Go over, download the app, and learn how to use the top 5 buttons, and you can set yourself free for sure. Let's pull up the calculator. This is perfect time for the calculator to come up. All right. So we have the $149 purchase price, the $149.9, minus the down payment. So basically, $119.9 is going to be our PV, present value, or loan amount. So I'm going to enter that here. Remember, I told you just have to have these top 5 buttons. And then kind of what I did before I came up with this, I always have in my mind, what's market rent for this property? And even though it's little, but it's not that far from UNR, the college over there. So this property would easily rent for $1,000 to $1,200, somewhere in that range, if we wanted to. So I know, let's just pick $1,100 as sort of what someone, I know they'll have taxes and insurance on top of it, but I know generally if they come up with the down payment, they can own this for the same price that they could to rent it. So basically, and the number 7, as an interest rate, I know some people think that sounds so high, but really for a private money solution, that is a really fair private money rate. So, 8 and 9, depending on the area, starts to sound high to people, and depending on the price point, but we put 7. And then I like to amortize over 15 years or less if I can. So that came up, so we have the loan amount, the interest rate. 180 is the months, 15 years times 12 months each is 180. And over here in future value is 0 because there's no balloon. So we solve for payment. If you have any 4 of these, you can solve for the 5th. So basically, that's the deal. Now, the question, and please unmute people, Axel, because I actually want someone else to make me figure out what is my mom's yield, remaining funds that she has left in the deal. So someone tell me what to do. I'm not going to do this one. David, you want to take a stab at it?
Okay, you're trying to figure out what the yield is for the note, right?
Right. So we're only charging 7% on the face rate, and people go, well, obviously you're making 7% on your money. That's not true because why? We don't even have this much money in the deal. Remember what the total all in is? Was it? Well, let's just even call it 100,000 for ease of numbers,
Okay,
right?
100,000.
So I think we said 99.
Okay, so 100,000 would be your principal value of money.
Well,
Yeah, 99.5 would be the PV.
Except for, what are we forgetting to reduce this number by?
That should be a negative number, right?
Well, no, it's just that she's getting, this is how much money she has in acquisition and rehab, but she's going to get some money back from the down payment, right? So she won't have this much money left in place.
Oh.
Right. So
minus the 30,000. I forgot about that.
Right. And so let's just say she, I know there'll be some closing costs and things like that, but let's say she keeps 22,000 of it. So now she put out 99.5, but right away she's going to get 22,000 back. So her remaining money left in the deal is 77.5. So I'm going to put that here, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now, has anything else changed? She gets 180 of these. It's still fully amortizing. So how do I figure out what her yield is?
Just hit the IYR button.
There you go. Hey, not bad, right? So here's my mom taking money that was not making her hardly anything. She had fun doing a rehab flip, and hey, if my mom can flip a house, you can flip a house. All right. So, and her remaining funds, so she's at basically 50% investment to value here. It's a very safe thing. And so her 77 left that's left secured by this asset is growing her at 15% interest. And that's excellent for a very conservative investment. Right. So does that make sense to everyone? Okay, so
absolutely. I have a question.
Yeah.
If you had to, let's say, cash out the seller, if they wanted to be cashed out, what would that note bring you, or what would a note investor discount that note for, and how long would you need it seasoned?
Well, that is a super individual question. I think we should ask some other investors. Ken, can you speak on the call?
Can you hear me?
Barely.
What about right now?
Yeah, that's much better. What would you pay for this note? How much would you want to discount my sweet little mother?
I would not want to discount your sweet little mother. I would rather just give her a big hug.
That's an excellent answer.